Hey guys, today we're going to do the unboxing and overview of the Meta Quest 3. So I'm going to give you guys my impressions of this headset. It is the latest VR headset by Meta, aka Oculus, aka Facebook. And yeah, I've used a lot of different Oculus headsets before in the past, starting from DevKit 2, and then the original Oculus Rift, and then Rift S, and then the Oculus Quest 2, and now the Meta Quest 3. So this one is quite a bit more powerful than the Oculus Quest 2. So I'll just tell you guys the specs of the Meta Quest 3. So I have 3 different packages here. We're going to do an unboxing of them all, but I'm just going to explain why the Meta Quest 3 is so special. So first, it retails for $500 US. It's expensive, but it's actually quite reasonable considering, you know, VR headsets are generally not cheap. The Oculus Quest 2 actually was a very good deal. I think that was like 300 or 400 bucks, so that was actually very good value for a long time. The Meta Quest 3 obviously being much more powerful, so they upped the price by a bit. It is, you know, quite a bit more powerful than even like other VR headsets that were more expensive before, like the HP Reverb G2, which is a little bit more expensive than this. I think that was like 600 bucks. The Valve Index and the HTC Vive Pro, or the Vive Pro 2, those are room scale VR solutions, but in terms of the headset themselves, I think this is actually more powerful than the Index or the Vive Pro 2. Now the controllers might not be as good as the Index or in the Vive Pro 2, and they have room scale VR, which the Quest 3 doesn't, but the Quest 3, just in terms of raw specs of the headset alone, I think should be better at a cheaper price. And just the processor it's using is a Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2. It's the first headset using that. It delivers double the GPU processing power of the Meta Quest 2. And this is the 128GB version, which is $500. If you want to get the 512, I believe it's another $100 on top of that. And then 2 RGB cameras with 18 PPD for mixed reality, 10 times the resolution of Quest 2 for mixed reality. It has 3D spatial audio. It's got 40% louder audio range compared to the Quest 2, I guess. It's got 8 gigs of RAM, 33% more memory compared to the Meta Quest 2. 2064 by 2208 pixels per eye. That's resolution per eye. That's 30% bigger than the Meta Quest 2. 4K plus infinite display, 25 PPD, 1218 PPI, up to 120 Hz refresh rate, 110 degrees horizontal, 96 degrees vertical field of view. Basically, it's just a monster of a VR headset. So just the specs are pretty incredible. I mean, for the price, $500, compare this to the COVID era, you know, 2020 era VR headsets. People were paying like $1,000, $2,000 for the Valve Index and Premax and stuff like that. This is like got better specs than those, and this is like 500 bucks. So imagine if this came out during, you know, 2020, 2021, right? But anyways, we're in 2023. And I know not a lot of people are buying the Meta Quest 3 because I guess VR is not as big as it was during the COVID pandemic. But still, if you're looking for a VR headset right now, that's just very, very good power and specs and capabilities for the price, then you guys should consider the Meta Quest 3. Just like with the Oculus Quest 2, which was also very good for the price. So yeah, let's do the unboxing. First, let's actually unbox the smaller packages first. So I got this Syntec cable because this is a lot cheaper than the cable that that Meta sells. So if you buy this USB cable separately, then it's actually a lot more expensive. I think it's like $80 or something if you buy this cable from them. But I just bought this one from Amazon for a lot cheaper. This was only like 30 bucks. Saved myself a lot of money, or 25 even. So it's not definitely cheaper than the Meta cable. So yeah, all you need is a long USB-C cable so you can hook it up to your Quest 2 or Quest 3 headset, and I usually play it wired because that way I have access to my PC games. And I have most of my VR games on my PC, not on the Oculus platform. So I have most of my games on Steam VR actually. So yeah, this allows me to hook it up to my computer, play it wired. I don't really play my headset wireless too much just because I have most of my VR games on my PC, and I feel like the quality is better when I play it wired, and the latency and everything like that. So next is the Meta Quest 3 Elite Strap. I think this is a recommended add-on because it increases the comfort when you're wearing the headset. So let's do that, take a look. Yeah, you can actually buy this as part of a bundle, I believe. That's what I did. So for not too much more than just the price of the headset itself. So yeah, this is just the extra strap, and this is actually really necessary for me because the Oculus Rift S, that one, my old VR headset I used to use a lot, I like the fact that it had this kind of head strap at the back, which the Oculus Quest 2 did not. So it's nice to be able to have this kind of, I call this the Rift S head strap. The Oculus Quest 2 just had like this very flimsy thing on the back that didn't really hold your head in place very well. But the Rift S was very comfortable, and yeah, I'm glad to see that the MetaQuest 3 has this optional add-on, the Elite Strap add-on, because it basically turns, I think this one uses the old Oculus Quest 2 head strap, which is not very comfortable, and it turns it into the Rift S head strap, which is a lot better and more comfortable. So yeah, I'm glad they had this as an option. For me, comfort is very important when I'm gaming. If I'm doing VR gaming for like, you know, a few hours at a time, then I want to be comfortable. I don't want my head to, like, you know, kind of slip out of the headset, which is sometimes what happened with the Oculus Quest 2. So yeah, this one basically is similar to the Rift S type of head strap, which is, in my opinion, one of the most comfortable head straps. So that's good. And it comes with instructions, I guess, to attach it to the Quest 3. So yeah, I'm glad about this because I do love the Rift S head strap, and this basically is that head strap. You can just modify the Quest 3 to add this instead. Alright, I highly recommend getting this, by the way, if you guys care about comfort. If you're going to be doing VR for a while, like I do social VR apps like VRChat, and I play those for a while, and then, you know, over time you're going to feel uncomfortable if you don't have a good head strap. So I recommend this if you're going to be playing VR for a while. Alright, now let's unbox the MetaQuest 3. Okay. Take a look at this. It comes with the controllers, of course. For those of you guys who don't remember, the original Oculus Rift plus the Oculus Touch controllers together were like $800 US. So that's quite a hefty investment at the time. And now we have a much more powerful headset compared to the original Oculus Rift for only $500. Okay, so you scan this. I think you got to download the Oculus app or something like that. I think that's what it is. And yeah, you get the... This is actually different than the Oculus Touch controllers I'm used to, because it doesn't have that ring around it anymore. Interesting. So I'm used to having the ring around it, but now I guess you don't need that ring anymore, because maybe it doesn't need it for sensing anymore. Maybe they improved the headset so it doesn't need to sense the rings anymore. So yeah, that's a noticeable difference. This one doesn't have the rings around it like the Oculus Touch controllers of the past did. But otherwise, the controls are similar to the other Oculus Touch controllers. Alright, let's take a look at the... Alright, now let's take a look at the headset itself. Actually, let's take a look at what else it comes with first. Let's see. Oh. Okay, so it comes with a quick start guide, I guess, safety and warranty guide right here, quick start guide. Activate the controllers, hold down the power button for 2 seconds, 5 seconds power off, press to wake up, adjusting the straps and stuff, just back strap, top strap. Okay, and the headset itself, wireless charging pads, that's new. Ambient light sensor, that's new too. I don't think those were on the Quest 2. Okay, so there's some new controls on the headset compared to the Quest 2. I'm going to compare later. And I think that's all in here. Oh yeah, and it came with the cables. USB-C to USB-C cables, and of course the charger. So, yep, that's pretty much what comes in there. Alright, now let's take a look at the headset itself. So yeah, it's branded Meta right here. That's their logo, I guess, a new Facebook logo. And I think these cameras are now meant for mixed reality. So this headset has a lot more capability compared to the Oculus Quest 2. Because yeah, I mean, it can do mixed reality, right? Augmented reality. That's something that the Quest 2 couldn't really do well. But now with these new cameras, I think this is what it can do well. And just... it looks kind of alien-like, right? You wear this, and then you have these cameras shooting down people's faces, and it looks like you're like an alien, basically. But yeah, it's for mixed reality, so I guess it's pretty cool. And more sensors here. I guess this is for the inside-out tracking. So these sensors were there before on the Rift S and the Quest 2. And Yeah, this is the volume buttons, I'm guessing right here. Wireless, no, this is magnetic charging. It looks like a magnetic charging pad right here. And this is a reel, I guess, for adjusting pupil distance or diopters or something. And on the side, I guess there's some kind of menu button right here. There's a charging port, USB-C, and a headphone jack. That's good to see. You can use external headphones. And I'm guessing it has built-in speakers. Yep, it has built-in speakers just like the Oculus Quest 2. Now, these are supposed to be 40% louder or something. So I'm going to test that out. Because the Oculus Quest 2 speakers were okay, actually. For something that's built into a headset, it was actually okay. But if these are 40% louder, then that's actually pretty impressive. And yeah, but you also have the option of attaching your own external. I recommend using IEMs or closed back headphones, right? When you're gaming, so you don't disturb people. And these are supposedly very high resolution lens, so over 4K, I believe. So that should be pretty impressive. And yeah, the head strap, like I expected, is pretty much the one similar to the Oculus Quest 2, which means it's not going to give you enough support for your head normally. If you use this for a long time, it might get uncomfortable. The headset is it's very front heavy, right? Like this part's a lot heavier than this part. It's not balanced. So when I use the Quest 2 and this head strap, I always find the front part of the headset kind of just falling down my face because it's so front heavy. So yeah, overall, didn't really like the design of this type of head strap. That's why I highly recommend getting the Elite head strap, because this is similar to the Oculus Rift S, which I think was one of the most comfortable head straps I have worn before. So yeah, highly recommend getting this if you're planning to do gaming for, you know, VR gaming, using social apps and stuff for hours at a time, because this is a lot more comfortable compared to the this type of head strap, which is the same one that the Quest 2 used. So yeah, that's the unboxing. Now I'm going to check it out, set it up, and compare it with my Oculus Quest 2, and see what the similarities and differences are. So yeah, stay tuned. But I am impressed, you know, with the amount of technology that's built in. So yeah, now I'm going to set it up, play some games with it, and then give you guys my impressions of it, compare it to my Oculus Quest 2, and see what the similarities and differences are. So before I go on testing the MetaQuest 3, I want to talk about the other Oculus headsets that I've owned before. So the first Oculus headset I actually had was the Oculus Rift Dev Kit 2. This is before the consumer release of Oculus Rift actually happened. This was only sent to developers, and I actually managed to get the Dev Kit 2 way back in, I think, 2014. So, you know, my experience with VR headsets go all the way back, you know, to like 10 years ago. So I've had a lot of experience testing different VR headsets. Yeah, so dating back to 2014, that was the first Oculus Rift headset I had, was the actually pre-consumer version, a dev kit version, which I thought was cool at the time. Obviously there wasn't many games developed for it at the time, but I was just testing it out. Just new technology always interests me, right? So I did a video actually showing the dev kit 2, and then the consumer release of the Oculus Rift in 2016, plus the Oculus Touch controllers. I remember that was like $800 US together when it came out. So people don't realize how expensive Oculus Rift actually was when it first came out with the controllers. So that was like, yeah, $800 US for them both together. And I actually used that quite a bit at the time, because I was exploring all these different VR games and stuff. And so the original Oculus Rift had those sensor bars that you place in front of your computer, and I actually, you know, used that one quite a bit with different like VR games and social apps and stuff like that. And then in 2020, when the pandemic happened, Oculus actually, or Meta actually, released the Oculus Rift S. So this came out in 2020, and I did a video just unboxing it, but didn't really show a video of me wearing it, so I can do that now. But yeah, the Oculus Rift S came out at $400, and that's actually significantly, it's like half the price of the original Oculus Rift when it came out. So the resolution of the Oculus Rift S is 1440 by 1280 per eye, and the refresh rate is 80 Hz. So yeah, definitely an improved resolution over the original Oculus Rift. And the biggest improvement, I would say, over the original Oculus Rift is the fact that you don't need to use those sensor bars anymore. So this uses inside-out tracking. So that's why you see all these different cameras here. So you got one camera here, one camera here, one camera here, and on the sides. A total of 5 cameras, I believe, to track yourself without the sensor bars. So you can now move around and stuff without having to place those sensor bars or be in their field of view, which is very convenient. That's still actually a thing if you go for the HTC Vive headsets or the Valve Index, they actually still require those Steam VR motion sensors, but that's for like a full room scale thing. So that's why they have those sensors, but I prefer without, because I don't need room scale VR. I'm just like, you know, just sitting in my chair, and I don't need to have like a full room scale VR. So I think these inside out headsets without any sensor bar is a lot more convenient for me. And yeah, it's just never really showed this on my face before, so this is what it looks like. Yeah, it's very, very comfortable. I think one of the things about the Oculus Rift S is see this head strap here and this easy adjustment headband. You just like turn it in and turn it out like this. I think this is similar to the way that the DJI goggles did it before too. So yeah, very, very comfortable. It's very simple. So all I do is I put it on and I just adjust the back like this. And it's very comfortable. And yeah, I don't feel any fatigue or anything. I actually use this one a lot. And this is actually the Oculus Rift headset I use the most out of all of them. That's because it came out during the pandemic. And it was just good timing for Oculus or Meta at the time, because everyone was stuck at home, right? So people wanted to play games, VR games, and this just came out at the right time in 2020. And so I used this one at the most, right? Because I just stayed at home a lot, played a lot of VR games, VR chat, social apps and stuff. So this one was the headset that I used the most out of all my VR headsets. I mean, I also used the HP Reverb G2 a bit later and the Valve Index a bit later, but the Oculus Rift S is definitely the one I used the most. Still actually pretty good specs even compared to the headsets of today. Obviously it doesn't compare to the MetaQuest 3 in any way, but yeah. Just want to talk about the Rift S, because this one was the one I used the most, and still today it's pretty good resolution. Refresh rate's not that high compared to today's standards, 80 Hertz, but I think the resolution and everything still kind of holds up. I mean, it's gonna look a little bit more pixelated, but still, I think it's still pretty good headset for what it is. It came out, I think it was $400 US when it first came out, like half the price of the original Oculus Rift at launch. Has a 3.5mm jack here for connecting headphones, but I think this actually did have a built-in speakers. Now I can't, yeah, I think it's right here. Yeah, see, there's built-in speakers right here. They're not great or anything, but they do have built-in speakers here, but you can optionally use your own headphones as well, which is nice. So yeah, I want to talk a bit about the Rift S, because never really showed it, like never really shown myself using it before. So here it is. This is the one I use the most out of all the VR headsets. And then after that, of course, I upgraded to the Oculus Quest 2. And the Oculus Quest 2 is overall an improvement on the Rift S in almost every way, I would say. So this actually came in a bit cheaper. I believe it launched at $100 cheaper than the Rift S. This was actually incredible if you consider the value. Like the resolution of the Quest 2 was 1832 by 1920 per eye. So this is an increase in resolution over the Rift S. So it's better resolution, and refresh rate is 120 Hertz compared to 80 Hertz on the Rift S. In addition to that, it had the option to be completely wireless. So if you decide to use it completely wirelessly, you kind of have to use the own Oculus ecosystem there. But you had the option to use it wired, right? So you can put a USB-C cable here using it's called the Oculus Link. And if you do that, then it pretty much functions the same as the Rift S. But you can also optionally choose to just go wireless, and that's pretty amazing, right? You don't have to be tethered in any way. I always choose to go wired because I have all my VR software, and the more powerful VR software is on the PC, right? So not the Oculus system itself. So I usually choose to go wired, but it's nice to have that option. And this also has the 3.5mm jack as well, in addition to have built-in speakers. And I think these speakers are a little bit better than the one on the Rift S, because these ones are, I mean, they're not great either, but compared to, you know, full-size headphones or something, but, you know, they are pretty decent for what it is. You know, it's a VR headset. So yeah, like these ones, these speakers are just, I remember these speakers not being very good. So the Oculus Quest 2 improved on the speakers a little bit as well. And you, of course, you still have the option of using external headphones and stuff. And in terms of the actual controls, this only has the one control down at the bottom here. I think this is just activating the menu. I don't think there's any kind of volume adjustment here on the Rift S. No volume adjustment here. Whereas on the Oculus Quest 2, you have the button here, right, to launch the Oculus, basically the on button, power button, and the menu button, but also the volume button as well to control the volume. So overall, the Oculus Quest 2 was a fantastic value for most people getting into VR. I mean, For the price, it just can't be beat, right? And it still has that inside-out tracking. You don't need to have sensors or anything like that. It was more lighter, more portable than the Rift S was. You don't need to use sensors. You can use it wirelessly. Improvement in resolution and everything, and it was very affordable. I think it was $300 or $400. Like it's more affordable too. So it's incredible that Meta managed to make this at the price that it did. This was definitely, if someone asked me, hey, recommend me a VR headset to get into VR, I would always recommend the Quest 2. And still to this day, of course, the Quest 2 holds up. Of course, the Quest 3 is better, but you can still use the Quest 2 to this day. There's nothing wrong with it. The resolution is still great, still very convenient to use. Now, the only thing that I don't like about the Quest 2 in comparison to the Rift S is the headband. See? This one, the back of the headband, that has no like support. So when I wear the Quest 2, it's very easy for the headset part to become forward heavy. So it's like kind of forward heavy, and it kind of the head strap at the back doesn't provide enough weight here to counterbalance it. So sometimes I would just put this on, but then the headset ends up like drooping down a little bit, falling down a little bit because it's too heavy here, and it just doesn't offer enough support here. It's not as comfortable to wear as the Rift S. Whereas the Rift S has this adjustment mechanism on the back, and it has more support on the back here with this band here, right? The Oculus Quest 2 only has this like small strap. The Rift S here has this nice little padding part. So this is the one thing that I wish that the Quest 2 would have, and the Rift S had it, right? So easy, just put on, adjust, and yeah, it's fully balanced, right? And it's not like drooping down or anything like that. It's like perfectly balanced by the back padding part, which is adjustable. So yeah, I don't know why Meta decided to go with this design, because this design is way better. Yeah, so that's the one thing I don't like about the Quest 2 compared to the Rift S. I wish that the Quest 2 had the same adjustment mechanism at the back. Yeah, it's just not as comfortable as the Rift S is. So that's the only thing. Otherwise, the Quest 2 is better than the Rift S in almost every way except for the actual comfort of wearing it. So the Quest 2 is not as comfortable to wear because of this. The back strap part is not well designed. Whereas the Rift S, perfectly designed here at the back, just very, very comfortable to wear for long periods of time. And I used to game in this for hours, right, when I was in VR chat and stuff. Since this was the one I used the most, I used to game on this for hours, and it was fine. Quest 2, I don't think I can use it for more than just 1 or 2 hours maybe, just because it's not as comfortable as the Rift S. But when it comes to the controllers, they pretty much use the exact same controllers. These are the updated Oculus Touch controllers. I'm pretty familiar with these because I got the original Oculus Touch controllers when they first came out with the original Oculus Rift. And those, pretty much the same, except the rings here were like down at the bottom, I guess. They were like flipped up in these versions, but the original Oculus Touch controllers had these rings down at the bottom. And I don't know why they flipped it back up. Maybe it's better tracking or something like that, but pretty much the same. For whether it's the Rift S or the Oculus Touch controllers, they're pretty much exactly the same. You have one analog stick, you have one trigger button right here, and one trigger button for your, I said one trigger button for your index finger, one trigger button for your middle finger, analog sticks, and then menu buttons, and then 2 face buttons each. So this has remained unchanged since the original Oculus Touch controllers. And I'm just used to these controllers. I think they're nice. Some people might prefer the Valve Index Knuckles controllers because they offer, like individual tracking of the fingers and stuff, and that's cool as well. And some people might like the HTC Vive controllers. I will say one thing is that the Windows mixed reality controllers that I tried with the HP Reverb G2, those were probably the worst. Out of all the VR controllers I've tried, those are just very cheap feeling controllers, not that great. So the Oculus Touch controllers are definitely better than that. It's better than the Windows mixed reality controllers. And then compared to the other ones, HTC Vive controllers or Valve Index, that's a matter of preference. But yeah, I'm really familiar with the Oculus Touch controllers, So that's it. Just my history with Oculus headsets. That's why I just kept sticking with Oculus when it comes to VR, because I feel like their headsets, or sticking with Meta rather, because I feel like their headsets offer you very good performance for the money. With these other VR headsets, the more expensive ones like HTC or Valve or Premax, like any of those more expensive VR headsets, they might be better in some ways, like resolution or refresh rate or whatever, or controllers, but I just don't think that for the extra money that you pay for them that you're getting that much more. Whereas for Oculus or Meta, I feel like they always offer you the best VR headsets for the money. So that's why I stick with Oculus, and I continue to do that with the Meta Quest 3. So yeah, that's my history with different Oculus headsets, which I've owned all the way back since the DevKit 2 came out back in 2014. So I've been an Oculus, I guess, guy for a long time. So yeah, now we have the latest Meta Quest 3, which I'm going to check out. So stay tuned for that. Alright, so now I've got my Meta Quest 3 all set up and connected to my gaming laptop. So I'm going to be playing VR games from my Alienware M15. This is what I use for my VR games. And yeah, I'm just going to do like a basic comparison between this and the Oculus Quest 2, which I have right here. So first of all, of course I had to change the strap. And it's actually not that difficult to change the strap. So this was the strap that came with the Meta Quest 3. It's pretty much the exact same one that you'll find in the Oculus Quest 2. Like I said, I don't like the Oculus Quest 2's head strap. It's very easy for the front to become too heavy, and it's not that comfortable. So immediately I changed it to this one, which is more reminiscent of the Oculus Rift S. And it's pretty easy to do that. Basically, there's just these things that basically attach to the sides of the headset. You just like detach them, and then you just loop that this little strap through the top right here. And that's pretty much it. So basically just take the Elite strap if you guys are looking for how to change the straps. Basically you just detach the old straps and you just take off this loop and then you attach the new ones. It's pretty simple, right? So you just attach the new ones like this, and then you just loop this top part through the top of the headset. So it's not that hard. Maybe it took like 5 minutes to do. So it's pretty easy to change the straps out. And then after I do that, it's very, very comfortable. And then the controllers, obviously, compared to the Oculus Quest 2, a little bit different. The major difference just being that it doesn't have this ring anymore. So these are the Oculus Quest 2 controllers. So also the Rift S and the original Oculus Rift use the same controllers. So these are the original kind of Oculus Touch type of controllers. And then these are the new Meta Quest 3 controllers. Basically, the Meta Quest 3 controllers are the same, it just doesn't have this little ring anymore. So yeah, otherwise it tracks pretty well. And that's pretty much it. I'll just be playing a VR game using this and giving you guys my my impressions. Also, this thing actually does have mixed reality capabilities. So when I put it on, I can actually use my fingers, and it tracks my fingers and stuff like that. So I can actually have stuff happening with my actual hands, which is really cool. It doesn't. I don't have to use the controllers. Of course, the controllers are more accurate, but technically I can actually use my hands as well, which is really cool because it uses a mixed reality functionality. That's something that the Oculus Quest 2 and the other Oculus Rift headsets can do. So anyways, let's do it. I'm going to launch, the game I'm going to play is Talos Principle VR. So this is a puzzle game that was originally done in first person, but they have a VR version too, which is cool. Okay. Alright, starting the game now. Trigger to start. Oh, why am I using the wrong controllers? Let's play this. I'm going to be sitting down so you guys can see better. Alright, starting the game now. I'm going to play Talos Principle Road to Genia. Okay, let's try Road to Genia actually. I haven't really played this before. Ooh. So yeah, this is definitely a lot more comfortable than the Quest 2. Especially since I changed out the head strap. So I just put my head down here and I just adjust my head strap. Yeah, this is a really comfortable head strap. So yeah, it reminds me of the Oculus Rift S. It's very, very comfortable. So way more comfortable than the Quest 2 in my opinion. Now the actual resolution, I mean the Quest 2 actually had pretty good resolution already. So this is an upgrade, of course, right? It is a higher resolution headset, but I mean the Quest 2 is already pretty high res in my opinion, and the higher res you go, there's like diminishing returns, I guess, where it gets harder and harder to see the upgrade. So it's like going from like a 4K TV to like an 8K TV, right? An 8K TV, of course, is going to be better quality than 4K, but it's going to be less noticeable as going from a 1080 to like a 4K, right? So yeah, I mean, the more upgrades you do, basically, the harder it is to see the next incremental upgrade, because there is a limit to what your human eyes can perceive, right? So, and actually it's not just eyes, but like all senses, right? Like going from $1,000 headphones to $2,000 headphones is not going to be as big of an upgrade as going from $500 to $1,000 headphones. And the same thing with visuals too. Going from 480 to 1080 is a huge upgrade, right? That's from going from standard definition to full HD. That's a huge upgrade. Going from full HD to 4K, that's another big upgrade, but not quite as big as going from 480 to 1080. And then going from 4K to 8K is a more incremental upgrade as well. It's just not as big of a difference as going from 1080 to 4K. So yeah, let's see. So the speakers are better than the Oculus Quest 2. These are actually really, I think, one of the best speakers I've heard in the headset. It might be better than the Rokit Max speakers, which so far I think those speakers were actually some of the best I've heard in a like headset, and you know, that comes built into like video glasses basically. And yeah, these Meta Quest 3 speakers, quite good. I think these might be the best speakers I've experienced in a video headset so far. I'm not counting the ones that have like full-size headphones built in, like the World Moon, by the way. That's a different beast. But in terms of having like these kind of built-in speakers into the headband, or not the headband, but the actual arms of the headset, I think these might be the best so far I've heard. Yeah, which the Quest 2 was already pretty decent speakers for what it was, but these, yeah, better than what I've heard from the HP Reverb G2, I believe, which actually had like kind of like mini speakers kind of dangling down. I think these are actually better than the HP Reverb G2s and the Valve Index as well. I haven't tried the HTC Vive Pro 2, that would be good. Or the HTC Vive Elite, I haven't tried those ones. I mean, it would be cool to try that headset, but those are expensive. More expensive than the Meta Quest 3 actually. And yeah, I can't comment on that headset. But yeah, so far compared to the Valve Index and HP Reverb G2, I think these speakers, and Oculus Quest 2 of course, these speakers I think have been the best I've heard on any VR headset. That's built in, of course. You can use external headphones and stuff, it'll be even better, of course. But yeah, wise man. Resolution of this is pretty incredible. It's nice to have the mixed reality functionality. That's really nice. Of course, this headset makes you look more, it's a more distinctive looking headset for sure, because the cameras in the front of the headset makes you look like an alien or something. Definitely a more distinctive looking headset. Yeah, but overall the controllers are pretty much the same as, they function pretty much the same as the previous Oculus Touch controllers. There's not, I mean, the Oculus Touch controllers are already pretty good, and I'm kind of used to the controls already. Just this one removes like the tracking ring. I guess it doesn't need it anymore, and it works just as well. I would say maybe a little bit better, right? Because now it tracks your full hands and everything. So maybe it works a little bit better, but the actual controls and buttons themselves are pretty much the same. No extra features there. Yeah. All right. What else can I say? It's a pretty nice headset. So I think for the price, what you're paying right now is $500 or whatever. This is the headset to go for. So if you're looking for a VR headset, this is the one. Alright, so right now, after using it for a bit, I think the Meta Quest 3 is definitely the best value VR headset on the market right now. I mean, just comparing it to the other headsets on the market, the Valve Index, the HTC Vive Elite, The Lenovo Think Reality VRX, and obviously Apple has their AR glasses as well. And then even Meta makes like the Meta Pro or whatever. This is the best value for the money. At 500 bucks, you're getting a very high quality headset that has high resolution. It has mixed reality features. The speakers have been improved. You can get I highly recommend getting the this extra add-on, which is the Elite head strap. This makes it very, very comfortable to use. And yeah, it's overall just a huge improvement over the Quest 2, I would say. Yeah, and then of course I would say another difference between the Quest 2 is that the Quest 2 has the power button and menu button on this side, on the right side, whereas the Quest 3 has it on the left side. That's just a minor difference, but something to point out. But yeah, like this is just the best value VR headset to get right now. It's you get so much for your money, because all the other headsets I mentioned are more expensive than this one. Not necessarily that much better, but they are a lot more money. They're like 2 times, 3 times the cost of this one. So yeah, just for what you get for the money, again, just like with the Quest 2, which was pretty good value for the money too. The Meta Quest 3, if you're looking for a VR headset on the market right now, this is the one to get. Like 500 bucks, and you get one of the best VR headsets on the market in terms of the specs and the features and functionality. So, and improves upon the Oculus Quest 2 in pretty much every way. I mean, it's more comfortable if you get this head strap, right? This Elite one, and it's way more comfortable. Resolution been improved, you know, refresh rate, speakers, the features and functionality, the power of the headset, everything has been improved. And the price is not that much more. So yeah, overall, I think definitely the best value headset to get on the market right now. I mean, Meta has always been kind of the market leader when it comes to value. Seems like they want to just get their devices to as many people as possible, but they don't compromise their devices in order to do so. It's like they give you really good specs for the money, so it's not like they're compromising the headsets. They're just giving you a really nice value device. So they just want it in as many hands as possible, and I mean, it's kind of their goal, right? For VR still has the issues of being kind of a niche thing, and the way to alleviate that is just to lower the cost of entry, right? Lower the barrier cost of entry. So 500 bucks is still a lot, but then they still discount the Oculus Quest 2, which you can still buy, I think. So this is discounted, and that makes it easier to get into the VR market, right? So just get more and more people into VR, and hopefully that will make the VR market more saturated, and then give people, ultimately everyone will benefit from having more people get into VR, right? More developers will get into it, you know, better games coming out. Right now, I don't see too many killer apps on VR, right? There's Half-Life Alyx, that was the last, I think, big game that came out on VR, and then after that, nothing. Right? Just a bunch of VR social apps and then some games here and there, but they're not like really big games or anything. They're not big releases. So that's the thing. If you get more people into the VR market, make it less niche, then you have more developers making more and more games, right? And it's just kind of a chicken and egg problem here, right? If you don't have enough people doing playing VR stuff, VR games, then the big developers aren't going to make more games. But if you don't have the developers making more games, you can't attract people to play VR. So that's the thing. And the part of the reason why people can't play VR, I think this is one aspect, is you got to lower the cost of entry. So keep making the headsets cheaper. This is actually technically still like an expensive headset for most people, right? 500 bucks is still expensive for most people. Okay, so just lower the cost of the previous one, right? The Oculus Quest 2 is still a very good headset. Just lower the cost of this one, and then get more and more people to buy into VR, right? If you make this like, you know, 100 bucks, 200 bucks, maybe that might be low enough for some people to buy in. So anyways, I think that's always been the issue with VR, is to get people to buy the actual device and be able to use it. So just lower the cost of entry so that more and more people can get into VR, and then we'll all benefit from that. So that's it, guys. If you're looking for the best value headset on the market, the best, I guess, cost to performance ratio, then the Meta Quest 3 is the one to get. There are more powerful headsets and headsets with more features maybe, but they cost significantly more. And this one will get you a lot of those features already at just 500 bucks. So pick this one up if you're getting to VR, or if you're looking to upgrade from the Oculus Quest 2 or a Rift S, pick this one up. So it's pretty much an improvement on both of those, right? Like I said, the Oculus Quest 2 is almost a complete improvement over the Rift S, except for the head strap. This one, just a complete and total improvement over the Quest 2, because it adds the head strap as well. So that's it, guys. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. I'm always into new technologies. I'm always into like headsets and VR and audio and electronics in general and everything. So just ask me anything. So yeah, guys, that's it. Let me know what you guys think about the MetaQuest 3. Do you already have a VR headset? If so, are you thinking about upgrading to the MetaQuest 3? Because I highly recommend it. Or are you new to VR? Are you looking for an entry-level VR headset? If so, I think the Oculus Quest 2 is still a good bet for entry-level. It's going to be cheaper, right? So lower cost to get in. So anyways, let me know what you guys think of the MetaQuest 3. I think it's a really good value for the price. And yeah, if you can afford it, it's not as expensive as some of the other VR headsets on the market, although I understand that $500 is still a lot of money for a lot of people. But yeah, I'm always into like technology, electronics, video, audio, anything related to those things. So let me know if you guys have any questions about anything and how you guys feel about the MetaQuest 3. So yeah, like always, keep on commenting and watching my videos, and as always, thanks for watching. Alright, so now I'm playing Asgard's Wrath 2. This is actually the game that came bundled with the MetaQuest 3 as part of a promotion. Apparently this is one of the best VR games on the market right now. So this is what I'm testing with the MetaQuest 3. Yeah, I've never played this game before, but if it gets good reviews and stuff like that, why not check it out? And it came free, so there's no downside to this. I have no idea what this game's about. I assume it's something to do with Norse mythology, because it's Asgard, right, which is a part of Norse mythology. Okay, it's from Oculus Studios. Is that Oculus Studios? It's the Oculus logo. Sanzaru, that is. Ooh, okay. Asgard's Wrath 2. All right. Okay, so yeah, with the game now, what I like is the fact, of course, that the MetaQuest 3 is much more comfortable compared to the MetaQuest 2. And obviously graphics resolution, everything is a little bit better. Now it's not like a exponential increase in quality or anything, it's a marginal increase in quality, but still, I guess, pretty noticeable. Yeah, controllers are easier to reuse. There's actually no rings around these controllers for the MetaQuest, so it's a little bit less annoying, I guess. I like the fact that even these controllers have like these little easy to press buttons, so you can easily detach these parts for changing out the batteries. I don't think the old Oculus Touch controllers had that. So sometimes that part would just fall out, but this one is better designed and engineered, so it doesn't fall out automatically. And yeah, otherwise pretty good. I can adjust my eye pupil length. I think it's set about right now, and the volume. These speakers get really loud. Wow. If I turn it up to full, I can't even hear myself actually. If I turn it up to full, these speakers are actually really good. They get quite loud. So I have to give props to to Meta, because they definitely improved the not only the visual quality but the audio quality as well. The speakers are definitely very impressive on these headsets. Yeah. Again, I think this is probably the best speakers I've heard on any kind of headset, any HMD or video glasses. Yeah, better than my Xreal Air 2s, and they're better than the Guvis G3 Max that I have, which is an HMD, and it's better than all the previous VR headsets I've used. So these speakers are actually really nice. Okay, I am going to choose Mortal difficulty, because I don't know how to play this game, never played this game. Okay, I'm going to choose, I guess, full motion. I don't experience that much motion sickness when it comes to VR. I'm usually okay, but when I'm traveling, but yeah. Okay, hold both hands in front of your face. So I'm doing right now. Rotate your hands until the World Tree controllers appear. Okay, what do you mean rotate your hands until the World Tree? Like this? Or you can summon them again. What? I don't understand. Rotate your hands until the World Tree controllers appear. I'd had them appear before, right? Weren't those the controllers that I had before? I don't have them anymore. How do I get them to appear again? I don't get it. Rotate your hands until the World Tree. Oh, wait. That went away. Okay, what do I do now? Okay, just wait. Oh, blah, 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 blah. I don't really care too much about this story. Standard. I'm guessing Norse mythology stuff. Played way too many games focused on Norse mythology these days, right? Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Horizon Zero Dawn and God of War Ragnarok. We should grab a stone, okay? Sure. Is this who I am? Or this one? Oh, do I want to be a guy or a girl, basically? Interesting. Okay, I'll be a guy this time. I usually am girls in VR, but in this case, it's an action game, I'll just be a guy. Ooh, okay. Man. Now this is actually the first, very high quality VR game I played using these MetaQuest 3 headsets, so it's very impressive actually. I haven't played like much of VR chat or really anything else with this yet. This is basically my first experience playing a full game with the MetaQuest 3. Wow, very nice. Okay. Rotate left twice. Okay. Well, okay, you got your standard VR controls. So this one is for movement, and this one is to turn. Okay, that's your pretty standard VR controls. That's been standardized roughly since 2016. All right, and 2016 was pretty much the year when I first started playing VR games. So it's really come a long way. Um, well, in terms of graphics, that is the movement. I think it was like teleporting was done a lot back then. Now you have, if you're don't experience as much motion sickness like me, then you don't have to use the teleporting. You can just go straight to the movement. But yeah, man, I've been playing VR games for a long time, since 2016, when I first unboxed my Oculus Rift S. Actually, my Oculus Rift, yeah, not the original Oculus Rift, not the S. Yeah. Ever since I unboxed my first, yeah, pretty much the original Oculus Rift and Oculus Touch controllers back in 2016. And I remember back then I was playing games like Serious Sam, I think VR, and I was playing Beat Saber, of course, and Big Screen VR, those kind of games. Yeah, I played a lot of VR games basically since well, not a lot, but I played channel about unboxing the Oculus Rift and then the demo thing that came with that. Man, that's crazy. It's been 8 years since I first played my first VR game. Okay, I'm just sort of just floating in the sea right now. Okay. Oh, it's a Kraken, I'm guessing. Yep, Kraken monster. Or actually, it's not a Kraken. It's some kind of Cthulhu monster. It's this Cthulhu monster thing. All right. Well, okay. You want me to kill this Cthulhu guy? Where's this Cthulhu guy? Oh, okay. Oh shoot. Okay. Ugh. Oh. Oh. Okay. Got those. Oh shit. One of these gangs. VR is pretty much. I feel like this is like almost like the evolution of motion controls. For those of you guys who, of course, have been around since the Wii days, the Wii era, the Kinect era, PS Move. This is like the evolution of motion controls, basically, because now you have motion controls along with the VR experience, right? And I was just thinking all the cool stuff you can do with VR, like, holding a lightsaber or like doing a Kamehameha or something like that. That's stuff they tried using motion controls. It didn't actually work out too well, but of course VR is more immersive, right? Essentially, it's almost like a 3D combined with motion controls. Huh. And give you slap around, slap this guy around. Oh, I can fire stuff. Cool. I'll kill these little things. No, how could there be so many ships? Come on. Oh, big boulder. Oh, no, come back again. This feels like one of those games you play in like one of those rides, I guess. Yeah, it's like you go to an amusement park, you get on one of those rides that feels like you're immersed in something, right? And then these stuff, it's like one of those 4D rides, right? This isn't 4D, but still, it's like one of those movie theater rides that you go in an amusement park or something, and or one of those arcades, right? You go to arcade or amusement park, it's a 4D ride, and then there's like, hey, do this, now do this, and it's like trying to be all immersive and stuff. That's what it feels like right now. It feels almost like a demo because like yeah, there's a lot of like uh, prompted events here. Yeah, okay, a lot of prompted events. Okay, the Kraken, really? That looked like a Cthulhu monster to me. It didn't really look like a Kraken. Kraken are like giant sea monsters, like octopus, right? But when they have like a humanoid form with tentacles and stuff like that, that's more like a Cthulhu monster, not really a Kraken. Okay, yeah. If there wasn't so many like prompted stuff, it wouldn't feel so much like a tech demo. If I can just like wander off by myself and be an open world type of game, that would feel more like a game to me, like a real game, not like just a demo. But if there's so much prompted stuff, it just feels like a demo, like one of those 4D rides, like I said. Okay, cool. So, and there are like VR arcades, right? VR arcades in a lot of places. I haven't tried one in Vancouver. Look at this. I can eat this. Yeah, there's like VR arcades everywhere now, even in Vancouver. I've been there before. And they usually are just kind of these demos, glorified demos, essentially. Oh my God, this is like, can I drink? Oh, it's not apple. It's like an unlimited supply of vegetables here, it looks like. What else do you got? Nothing, okay. Bread, okay, more bread. Can't eat this? Okay, main menu. Okay, so there we go. I open the menu here, and it's my quest book. Okay. What's X? Oh, here. There we go. Back. Just gonna eat stuff here. Can I get a pint of beer or something? Everyone's drinking. Oh, okay, it's the band that's playing. Is that a satyr? I think these are satyrs. Okay, okay. Book burning going on. Ooh, look. Drink some of this. Oh, oh no, I can't hit it. Oh, you didn't care, and I hit him. I can't pick these up. Like stuff for a Norse god, right? I can't pick that up. He's carving something on the table. The blacksmith. And you can forge me something, right? Oh, blacksmith. Fan in the flames. Let's see. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play. Mm, okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I just got coins. Talk to Loki. That's Loki. Oh yes. Oh yeah, that's fast. Cheers. Yeah. Kraken. Or Kraken or Kraken? How do you pronounce it? With great power comes great responsibility. Okay. Fool stone. Okay, go down. That's a fool stone though, not a hero stone. Okay, what is this? Okay. Oh, okay. What am I doing here? Where exactly am I? Am I just floating above the ship or something? I'm not on the ship. Yeah, I'm like slightly outside the ship. I'm slightly like floating on the edge of the ship here. Oh shoot. Oh. Hey, it's like a Titan, a Greek Titan. By the way, it's interesting how the MetaQuest 3 has this pupil adjustment thing. That's something that the previous Oculus Rifts and MetaQuest never had. That's a new thing I think they added in the MetaQuest 3. It's pretty cool to even have it. Oh, really? Hey, cool. It's like I'm Iron Man. Hey, they should make like a Marvel game in VR like this. That'd be cool. Yeah, this is like I'm a super villain. I can just use powers and stuff. I guess that's cool. I'll just eat this cabbage here. Let's eat the cabbage. Just some random food laying around. Nice. Lettuce. Okay, where's Loki? Okay, here we go. Three items in my pouch. Oh, too bad the food's gone. I want to put the food in there. I guess this now feels more like a game because it feels like a little bit more open world now, which is good. Cheese. Okay, yeah, put like one of these sardines. What happened here? Okay, that's an altar, huh? Okay, let's go here. Oh, okay. Didn't look. Oh, he gave me a god rune, that's what. I can switch to my godly form. Whoa, I look huge. Huge. Whoa, yeah, I'm huge. It actually reminds me of Google Earth VR, like zoomed out. It's like a zoomed out version of Google Earth VR here. How come I can't touch this stuff or move it? Hey, I can pick up this wait, this shark here. Hmm. Hey, this will be nice if black and white, if they remade black and white into VR version. Whoa, this shark person became a person. I guess it's a half shark, half human. Okay, okay. It's half human, half shark. Half half human, half shark. High five. Okay. Okay. Oh, interesting. Oh, I can command him. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, you can eat him. Eat him. I am. he eating him? I think he's eating him though. Come on, eat it. Eat him. Come on, eat him. Oh, dragon fruit, nice. Is he eating him? Come on, eat him. Why doesn't he eat him? Eat him. This corpse is like, it doesn't get eaten for some reason. I'm not sure why. I command this shark the whole time, and he's not he's not eating it. I don't know why. Like he's been biting on that foot for like a few minutes now. It's not going out. What the heck's going on? Okay, how about this one? Okay, this cage. Maybe it was the wrong cage. Maybe it has to be this cage. I don't know why it has to be this one though. So it was the wrong cage apparently. It had to be that one. Okay. Oh shit, there's ghouls. How about you kill these guys? Yeah, you kill them for me. Okay. The heck, there's like a rat, ghost rat here. I don't know what happened there. Lever handle. Oh, okay. I don't have a lever handle. Need to find a lever handle. Okay, this is becoming more like a full-fledged game now. Let's see. Have to look for one. Is this it? Wonder if I could use this thing. No? Why can't I use this thing? This looks like it could be it, right? Nope, doesn't work. Why can't this be the handle? Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Go at him. Oh, okay. Let's see. Could it be here? That's iron ore. Well, there's some puzzle-like elements here. Hmm. Okay, how about you gnaw them again? They might be actually up there. So stand here. You go out there. It's interesting how these corpses, they don't get mutilated. It's like, what's going on? He's gnawing at them and nothing's happening. Yeah, of course it's up here. Why does it have to be this one? Okay, well, anyways. Oh, grab. Okay. Spikes, huh? And some guys down there. Huh. What do I do here? Destroy this? Hack silver, nice. What's this? What is this? It's like a map or something, a scroll, a map? There, animal hide. Let's see. Yes, of course, it's a cage. These are cages are like levers. There we go. It's like these cages are set up to be like levers, basically. These cages are meant to be levers. Interesting. Okay, that's good. Put it here. Hmm. Oh, I'm gonna push it. Nice. Got a sword. He's dead. He's long dead. Okay. Hmm. Oh. Okay. Oh, throwing it up there. Oh, okay. It's a little bit too high. There we go. Oh, I had to hit it 3 times. Okay. There. Okay, it always appears at my side. That's good. Hmm. Wait. I don't know. I don't see anything you can take a bite out of, actually. Oh, no, there is. Okay, never mind. There is something. See, these things are all like, they're like switches. These guys are basically just switches. Oh, man. I mean, like, it's unrealistic. It's unrealistic that there'll be that many guys in corpses in those cages, but whatever. Yeah, you'd be dead. Oh, it's okay. I played enough Sports Champions on PlayStation to know about this. I kind of miss playing Rock Band VR. That's another game I should probably play again. Rock Band VR. Hmm. Shark Tooth. What else is there? Oh, I need to get that. It's this one. Oh, let's see. What else is there I need to do here? I don't see anything else I need to do. Let me cut this. No, I can't cut. I can't cut that, huh? No, really. Oh no, I did cut it. Okay. To be very accurate here. There. There. Wooden planks. What are these for? Oh, there's just lumber. Animal hide. Animal hide. Okay. These raw materials. What is this? Rotten flesh. Oh, okay. Even more lumber. What else is there here? Is that it? Okay, you can stop doing that now. Oh, never mind. You do need to stop. You do need to keep doing that for a bit. Hold on. Hmm. I don't see anything else here. I think I got everything. Hmm. Not sure where else to go. Not sure where else to go from here. All right, well, I think this is a pretty interesting game. It's I still think of this as like, oh, yeah. I mean, I still think of this as like almost like a tech demo of sorts. I mean, it is like more than just a tech demo, of course, obviously compared to what I experienced with the Oculus Quest. The Oculus Quest, like first contact, I think that was actually a tech demo. I remember actually being pretty amazed by that one because I was the first, basically the first VR game I ever tried back in 2016. But yeah, this is like obviously more than just a tech demo, but it just feels kind of still like a tech demo to me. I mean, it's a nice game just to introduce people to VR. Uh, yeah, but I think it's about it. I know this game got great reviews and stuff like that, but still not sure if it's like as good as Half-Life Alyx or something. Still, I think Half-Life Alyx is like the bar to beat when it comes to great VR games. I don't think this is that level yet. Um, but it's not a bad game. I mean, it's a good game to introduce people to VR and stuff. So yeah, and of course, using the Meta Quest 3, everything looks really nice and realistic. Controls are very flawless using these controllers. That's what you expect from a generation. This is like, I don't know, whatever generation of VR headset this is, but it's 8 years after I used the original Oculus Rift. So yeah, I would expect things to be improved by now for everything. So yeah, the controllers, everything are really nice, easy to operate and stuff. Obviously, the headset, everything's improved. The sound quality, speakers, the visuals, everything has improved. The comfort as well, coming from the Quest 2. It's about as comfortable as the Oculus Rift S, which is quite comfortable. And yeah, overall, it is an improvement on pretty much every VR headset I've used before. And it's yeah, the price is okay given that you know the for the amount of tech that you get out of it. I think the MetaQuest headset has always given pretty good value for the price. I think compared to other headsets like the Valve Index or the HTC headsets or the Premax ones. Like all the other ones, like they're quite expensive generally, but I think Meta in general provides the best value headsets for the money. I mean, Meta can do that; they're a big company, but yeah, they're definitely giving you a lot for the price. So yeah, I mean, look, the quality of these walls, I can see like just yeah, just look at this, right? It's like this is ray tracing or whatever, but yeah, this looks very realistic to me. So pretty nice. Overall, I think this is a nice introduction to people for VR. I don't think it's like on the best VR games, like on Half-Life Alyx's level, but it's definitely more than just a regular tech demo from like, yeah, it's definitely more than just a regular tech demo, but it's a good introduction game for people who are getting to VR, and even people who really like to play VR might enjoy it. But I think there's actually more interesting VR games to play than this one. Just my opinion. I think I'd probably rather play one of the social VR games like VR Chat or something like that that might have a bit more to offer than just this. I mean, VR Chat might have something like this too, not up to like not as much detailed as this one, but they have something similar, and they have other a lot of other different types of stuff in there. So yeah, guys, that's Asgard's Wrath 2. I think it's a nice VR game for just introductory VR game for a lot of people who haven't experienced a lot of VR games before. But it's also a nice one for people who are, just trying to get into more VR games and stuff like that too. I do think there's more interesting VR experiences out there. Like personally, I like VR Chat or stuff because, well, it's not as detailed as Asgard's Wrath 2. At least it gives a whole bunch of other opportunities to experience different kind of VR experiences as well. So personally, I'd still go more towards the social aspect of VR because there's so many different, there's like people create so many interesting VR worlds from that. And there's other interesting VR games like Obduction or Talos Principle VR. There's also, like the rhythm games like Beat Saber, Rock Band VR. There's also these conversions of formerly like 3D games. Converted, well, PC games converted to VR games like Fallout 4 or Skyrim. Yeah, like those games, Doom, like those have all been converted to VR, Borderlands. So there's also that too. So yeah, I wouldn't say like Asgard's Wrath, like to me, it's not like one of the best VR games. It's a nice VR experience for people who are just getting into VR. But to me, there's a lot of other more interesting options. but that's just my opinion. You know, it's definitely not a bad game. So that's it, guys. Asgard's Wrath 2. As a bundled game that came free with the MetaQuest 3, it's pretty good. I can't complain about something that's bundled and free. Not sure if I would pay the full price for it though, if it wasn't bundled. So yeah, there's that. But you know, when it comes bundled for free, you can't complain. So that's it, guys. Asgard's Wrath 2 and the MetaQuest 3. Pretty nice headset. Thanks for watching.